Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Three Men and a Little Virus. My name is Mark Cridland, I'm the one that tries to hold this all together, and I'm joined as normal by our irregular comedians. They are Mr. AMJ, that's Adam Morrison Jones, and Mr. Paul Tingey. This is Series 2, Episode 14, and we're calling it 1 Year On. In this week's show, we talk about how this podcast is now a year old. Yeah, we started it a year ago just to keep us entertained and you lot entertained during the very short planned lockdown. And yeah, we're still here and just got bigger and better, which is awesome. We talk about the massive house that's for sale that's on the cliffs near Dover. Talk about the man who got paid in a bucket full of greasy coins. And the huge baby who was born premature but massive. We chat about the pubs and shops reopening next week, and smoking and vaping, and how smoking's bad for you and how vaping can cause issues. And then we also talk about a lady that's got really long fingernails, or at least she did. And of course, the quiz this week, another celebrity comedian, and she's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, although we did have some sound issues when we was recording the quiz, so you might have to bear with us during the quiz section, but it's still good anyway. Right, let's sit back, relax and enjoy another week of Three Men and a Little Virus. Are you guys alright?
Dave got sick last week and he had to go to Animal Hospital. Unfortunately, the little Krilla didn't make it. And that's Dave, everyone.
Oh.
I'm back later to do the quiz.
Woohoo! Yeah, so we're here, week 14 of Series 2, and it's actually a year ago that we started this podcast.
It's our birthday.
Yeah, a whole year since we started for the few weeks that was just going to be this really short lockdown, and yeah.
The thing is, though, I genuinely thought it would only be a few weeks. And I generally thought, do you know what? This would give like the Living the Dream fans like something to listen to. And now it's Series 2. Series 2, a year later, we've been locked in. And is Boris doing a good job? No, he's not.
Can you stop using plural when you mention fans? We all know it's a singular fan. Big shout out to Adam Sill.
He's got goldfish.
Another popular person, of course, likes the podcast and listens every single week, and he's been on it a few times. Mr. Trevor Feelgood, he listens every single week.
Yeah, and if we slag him off, we get hate mail.
Yeah, every single time.
Yeah,
which is nice.
I mean, he loves us, really.
He does. He wanted to be a guest again a couple of weeks ago.
Really?
I said, sorry, Trev, but we've actually got people who want to be guests now rather than being forced into it.
Oh, no, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm just looking, actually, in the... because obviously there was the break that we had to have last year because of my brain tumour giving me a bit of a jip. You know?
Sit on it.
Yeah, that one. So we had 30 episodes in season 1, plus the special of Dave Discusses with Mark Simmons. And then, of course, now we're on episode 14 of this season. So, yeah, we had so many. And they've all been good.
They have.
Right?
They have.
And if anyone's missed any, of course, they can go back and listen on all their favourite podcast sites and support us on the Acast supporter page, which the link is always in the bottom on your favourite podcast site. And however you're listening, the link will be there.
After 40-odd episodes, we've managed to raise a grand total of £3.
Yes. Oh, minus taxes and whatnot. Processing fees, that's the one.
Are we taxed
Just
on that
£3 what tax is.
No, we do.
I know.
We get... No, he doesn't have a clue. But no, we have processing fees. So, yes, we don't even get the whole £3 between us.
No.
No, we're going to cry now.
Well,
but
this
talking
is why
of money...
5 split up.
Exactly.
So before we talk about money, my outburst was in honour of Paul Ritter, who sadly passed away this week.
Yes, of course. Yeah. See,
God bless you, Paul.
mentioned there, I was one of the lucky ones and survived my brain tumour.
Bloody Boyden. I hope everyone's having a lovely bit of squirrel this weekend, though, to celebrate.
I hope so. Cyril the squirrel is no more.
That's why he was killed by Ritter fans this weekend.
It was perfect timing.
It was.
It was sacrificial.
The Poochie of Three Men and a Little Virus. Cyril the Squirrel. The Scrappy-Doo of the comedy world.
Isn't that wrong with Scrappy?
Everyone hates Scrappy-Doo. Like, he ruined Scooby-Doo for me.
Oh, he
would. Sorry.
Anyway.
Sorry, I'm talking nonsense.
Yeah, we're talking money there, and how we get a massive amount of money for the supporters, which all of you can help us and make us millionaires by donating what you can. So
talking of millionaires, there's a really nice house that's gone for sale on top of the cliffs for £4.5 million. I'd love that.
Have you got more info about that actually while we're here?
It comes with its own lighthouse. Its annex is bigger than my house, and it has its own separate property that's currently let out on. It's in over 11 acres worth of ground as well. It's got a swimming pool. It's just what an amazing house. That's all I can say about it.
Whereabouts is it?
I know
it's on the cliff.
So if you go, do you know where South Foreland Lighthouse is?
Oh, yeah.
But up by St Margaret's, in between Dover St Margaret's. Martin Mill train station, 2.2 miles away from there. Yeah. So what you can do is get a train to Martin Mill and go and have a look at the lighthouse and the house that's for sale. Is very close by.
Nice. So it's very cheap as well, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, four and up. Well, it's gone down to 4 million now. I think the asking price.
Oh, is that all? Yeah. Maybe I can afford it now.
There. Why don't we buy it with our earnings from this podcast?
Yeah.
I'm happy to take the smaller house.
I'm happy to take the small, just to get on the property ladder.
I love the lighthouse.
Okay, in that case, I'll take the big house then. I was trying to be nice.
You tried your hardest on this.
Oh, well then, I suppose the one I chose, if I don't like where it is, I could pick it up and move it because it's quite a light house. Yeah. See where I'm going now?
Better when it comes to the quiz later on.
Well, I don't know.
You never know. You never know. Track there, like a mate of mine who I haven't spoke to in ages has just texted me a picture of Robert Smith, and underneath it just gone, "Tomorrow I'm in love." So that just blew my mind. Robert Smith, the lead singer of The Cure, because it's Friday tomorrow.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, sorry I took you down that cul-de-sac, which we won't have in our big mansion. Moving on.
No, it's got its own cul-de-sac. Brilliant.
Oh, I love a cul-de-sac.
I just thinking, all this money, you want to spend 4 million on that. Well, there was a guy in Georgia, I think Georgia in the US. Yes.
Can't eat fried chicken with a fork in Georgia.
Yes, good callback. Yes. If you don't know what Paul's on about, listen to last week's episode after this one. This guy in Georgia in the US, he's now got an impossible task, which is taking forever, of cleaning coins. And do you know why?
Because he collected all the World Cup coins from 1998, and sadly, they got a bit dusty.
Now, I heard somewhere, but this might be another story, that somebody had a load of greasy coins because a jilted ex poured oil over their coins. But they then used a Coinstar machine to change that money up so they didn't have to clean all their coins in the end.
Well, it may be the same one or it may be a similar story. I'm not sure. But this was a guy, he left his job in November and then his boss wouldn't pay him his last month's wages.
Oh no.
So he'd been fighting for it for ages and ages, and eventually he suddenly woke up one morning and there was a great big plastic bin full of coins, 90,000 coins to be precise, which was American pennies. We're totaling up to $915, which weirdly enough is £666. And they were covered in an oily, greasy substance. And this bin was found on the bottom of his driveway one morning, along with his final payslip on top of it, which was greasy and horrible as well. His previous employer has said that they didn't know anything about it.
Oh, did it say who he worked for?
Well, it just says on here that when the guy who owns the workshop where this chap worked, when the news people came along and asked him about it, and said, "Yeah, was that you that put the pennies there just in a bitter way of paying him his final wages?" The guy simply turned around and went, "I really don't remember. It doesn't matter. He got paid. That's all that matters." So he's not actually saying it was him. But he's not saying it's not him either. Apparently, and then of course the boss man turned around and called this chap a weenie. Yeah, because he was from the 60s.
a weenie's one of those terms that needs to come back. You weenie.
Although there is an upside to this story in that the chap who received the money, his girlfriend has said, people get treated badly, but in this case, they've gone through the pennies that are in this bucket, and have already found a few ones that are actually worth more than their face value, such as one from 1937, which is worth quite a bit more than a penny. So,
10 pence.
Possibly.
10 cents.
Doesn't tell us. Doesn't tell us how much.
Take you to the candy shop.
So, yeah. He's got all this money to go through, and it's going to take forever to sort it out. But if it is the same one that you said about, then maybe they did go on. Maybe it's further news to that to say that they changed it up on a machine. But I don't know if it's the same one or not.
Do you remember when Samsung got sued by Apple for copying the iPhone with the Galaxy initially, and they sued them like something silly, like I think it was like
£10.
millions of pounds. So they arrived at like Apple HQ with 4 trucks filled with pennies.
Really?
And you're just like, that's the way to do it. You've stolen the idea, which is clearly not yours in the first place, and thought, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be an idiot.
Do you know what the amazing thing is? Since then, they have Apple have been sued by Samsung over 600 times for patent infringements.
Man, that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Does not surprise me at all.
People got anything else to do other than just suing people? Come on, stop it. Stop suing. And stop suing
me. I want to speak to you.
What?
Sorry. I don't know where that came from.
What did you say?
Didn't even hear it.
It's like being on a Zoom call with old people, this. What's that? Close to the mic. Close to the mic.
I said.
I say.
Yeah.
I'd never sue you, Tiggy.
Thanks. I didn't say sue though. I said smooch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you devil in an angel suit.
But in a platonic way.
In the plutonic way. Yeah. What is the plutonic way of smooching?
We high five.
Oh, is that the plutonic kiss?
Yeah.
Plutonic Kiss does sound like a 90s band who were probably playing Britpop.
I don't think they're playing Britpop. I'd be honest, I think Robert Smith would be a great lead vocalist for that band.
I think he would be. And tomorrow, he's in love.
Friday! Talking of Friday, what a great song that was by Rebecca Black. Remember her?
I remember her. And she, with a surname like Black, she wasn't emo at all.
No. Yeah.
Not at all.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
What's going on with this? Have we all had long weeks again?
Yes. Yeah. Have you heard about this this mum who
No.
gave birth to a really hefty baby?
No. Carry on, critters.
People are already joking that, hey, he's so big, he's already got a credit score. But yeah, there's a mum who went on TikTok, of all places. Has Dave the Elephant got TikTok yet, by the way?
No, he's
Said he
failing
was.
miserably.
Oh dear. But yeah, this mum went on TikTok and shared a video and all about how her second son was born at such a large size. Now, this was the actual birth happened 5 years ago, so the kid is now 5 years old, but he's only
Bloody
just coming
hell,
out.
that's a long labour.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Why he's so big?
Oh, I heard about this kid. Didn't he go to the Grand Canyon and then sadly got stuck?
Possibly. But yeah, 5 years ago, the kid was born by cesarean section because no woman would have been able to birth this monster. That's what they said to AMJ's mum.
Through that.
But for those that work in kilograms, the baby was born at 6.5 kilos. For those that work in Old English, 14 pounds 6 ounces.
Oh, bloody hell.
So it's a 14 pound and a half baby. Absolutely huge. So much so that when the baby was taken out, and he was early as well. It was a premature baby at that size. And still had to go on to the premature baby ICU, but they didn't have the nappies or the clothes to fit him because they were used to having tiny premature babies. So they actually had to go upstairs to the pediatric ward and get nappies and clothing that would fit a baby that was 6 to 9 months old.
Wow.
And this was a premature baby and had to be in 6 to 9 months. I mean, the picture that I've got here, I'm sure if you Google "mum gives birth to a 6-kilo toddler,"
I said mongoose gives birth to a 6-month toddler then. Who was a mongoose giving birth to a 6-month toddler?
Or a toddler at all.
No.
You need help.
That baby, and no disrespect to the baby, kind of reminds me of the baby from the early 90s sitcom Dinosaurs.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Yes,
You're
that's
not the mama. You're a mongoose. You're a mongoose.
Yeah, 38 weeks the pregnancy was, so she was a couple of weeks early. But yeah, massive baby, and actually had to spend 11 days in the premature ICU just to make sure that all his organs and that were perfectly fine inside. And now 5 years later, he's doing really well. And he loves baseball, football, and monster trucks because they're the only trucks he can fit in.
Is that in the news report, or have you added that in? That was some journalist in 2021.
Because I don't know how. It doesn't say how if he's larger than the average 5-year-old or not. It doesn't say. It just says strong in capital letters. Whereas I was a premature baby. I was born 4 weeks early, and I was tiny. I was 4 pounds.
Oh,
I was 4 pounds. I made up for
now, haven't you?
Exactly. Yes, I've made up for that now. So, maybe he's the other way. Maybe he was born massive and now he's really small. I don't know.
Tell you what. Can you remember that show? Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old?
Oh yeah.
Do you reckon we could bring it back? Going, are you fatter than an average 5-year-old?
Definitely.
And we bring things on stage, and you have to guess whether they're heavier or lighter than the average 5-year-old.
Are you thinking Saturday prime time?
I am. And do you know who I've got in mind to host this?
Ant and Dec.
Roy Chubby Brown.
No.
Who?
Dave.
Dave the Elephant.
Yeah. And Geraldine, as always, reveals the answers. And of course, she'll tone her language down because it's primetime TV. But I could imagine her being really mean to a chubby little 2-year-old who's heavier than an average 5-year-old.
I say we just make it. I say we make a game show with Dave and Geraldine, and just film it and put it out there and see what happens. We'll do the pilot. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And honestly, and just put it out on YouTube as a real legitimate thing and just see what the comeback's like.
AMJ, do you realise that at least 2 out of the 3 of us have real jobs?
Yeah, but that, what the giraffe and the elephant do? Like, yeah, but that's the joy of a dream. If you follow it the right way, that could be your job. Imagine working on Are You Fatter Than a 5-year-old? Imagine going into work thinking, McDonald's again, fatty foods again. Exactly.
I think he's got legs.
Well, not most of them. They're probably not walking that well.
Oh man, this is and each series the age gets older.
Yeah,
like QI does letters of the alphabet. We start off with a 1-year-old. We finish with a. I don't know. We just keep going because it'd be that popular.
Why not? I'll tell you what. Maybe we should do our quiz now and get our special celebrity. Another celebrity. We had a celebrity last week. Another celebrity this week. It's getting better and better, this quiz, isn't it?
Well, the booking agent is brilliant.
We've actually got a waiting list of people wanting to take part in our quiz.
Actual people.
Yeah,
actual people, and not just Trevor Feelgood.
Because Paul told him it was the one show.
No, that's you. That's your dirty tricks. I told him recording for BBC One Breakfast, Radio 1.
He tells them it's the one show where you can talk to an elephant and a giraffe and not be sectioned.
And the best part is, I very rarely feature.
Oh, don't say that.
So, shall we head over to Dave and see if he's ready to do this quiz then?
I'll be ready because he's made the jingle without me this week.
Oh, is he? Could be interesting then. All right. Well, let's shout him now. Dave, are you there?
Hiya, here I am. Is it time for the quiz already?
I hope so.
Oh, crumbs. Do you want to listen to the jingle, this week's jingle?
Who's doing it?
Me!
Oh, go on then.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Can I start? Can you count me in? Can you 1, 2, 3, 4 for me, please?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's me, it's Dave. I'm here with the quiz this week. It's called E.G. Elephant and Giraffe. Example given. There you go.
Excellent.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, first whoop whoop for a jingle. I'll put that in my diary tonight. So, hello and welcome all you lovely quizzers and all our lovely listener out there. Before we start, we best introduce today's celebrity guest. Celebrity guest, reveal yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Hello, I think I'm the celebrity guest.
Yeah, you're definitely our celebrity guest.
Good, that is good to know. So, hello, I'm Fiona Wildead, and I'm really pleased to be here on your quiz today.
Oh, thank you. Tell some of our listeners where they might have heard you before or seen you before.
Well, actually, I've had a long and varied career. At the moment, I'm doing some part-time comedy in the local Kent area. Previously, I've had an acting career, so you may well have seen the back of my head on one episode of Casualty in 2012.
Oh, Paul loves Casualty. He's probably seen you.
Fantastic. Was I your favourite episode?
I think it was his most favouriteest episode ever. He said, "Oh, what lovely hair."
Perfect.
You other two retrobates, introduce yourself. I'm looking at the older beardy one with glasses.
Hang on, older? I can hear you.
You're older than AMJ.
Yeah,
you're like 80.
Oh, shut up.
80.
80? 80? Give you 80, you little 2'2" thing. Anyway, so I'm Mark, I'm the producer, and I try to look after these people, and here to have some fun.
Oh, thank you. AMJ, who are you?
Hello, my name is AMJ, and this morning I was so tired instead of hand sanitizer, I rubbed some clear honey into my hands, and it's still there.
Have you tried washing your hands?
I've washed my hand. It's like ectoplasm, Dave. It's just like not going. It's terrible.
I've got a solution for you.
Yes.
You need to go find Winnie the Pooh, and he'll lick the honey off your hands, and they'll be clean as clean hands.
Filthy bastard. I'm not going nowhere near that bear.
Or you could try an isopropyl alcohol solution.
What?
Stop plugging your gear, Mr. Cleaner. Right. Let's start the quiz then, shall we?
I want to hear more about Mark's ISO solution. That sounds amazing.
Maybe you can talk about it in the podcast, but I'm fed up being blamed for that the quiz keeps overrunning, and it's you two. Right, let's carry on. This one's going to you first, A&J. We're mixing it up. We're going to A&J first. A&J, what has a tail and a head but doesn't have a body?
Oh, a tadpole.
A tadpole? Ooh. I don't know the answer. I'm an elephant. DJ Critters, what has a tail and a head but doesn't have a body?
I'm rubbish at these riddles, but I'm going to go with AMJ's idea. I like that. I like the tadpole idea. So I'm going to steal his idea. He normally steals my answers. I'm going to steal his.
Okay. Fiona Welldead, what has a tail and a head but doesn't have a body?
Well, I do like the tadpole answer because that does have a head and a tail and no body. I feel like there must be something else that would fit the bill, like a tail and a head. Like a hair, can it be just a hairstyle? Like when someone has a ponytail? So just the head of a person who has a ponytail but not their body.
A decapitated Emmanuel Petit.
That's quite the reference there, Dave.
A decapitated Lawrence Llewyn Bowen.
I don't think he has a ponytail.
Yeah, that was have a head and a tail, but no body.
No, I don't know the answer. Geraldine, are you ready?
Too right I am, Pet. I'm afraid you're all wrong. However, Fiona, I love the idea about cutting someone's head off. That's right up my street. So you get 5 bonus points. But the answer was a coin.
Oh, the bonus point. Yeah, I like that. I'll borrow that for the future.
You can have it if you like. I just nicked it off a website. DJ Critters.
Right.
This one's going to you now. How can you survive 30 days without sleep?
By being dead?
I have to take the first answer.
I don't know.
I have to remind you of the question. It's definitely got the answer survive in it. Fiona, Welldead, how can you survive 30 days without sleep?
30 days without sleep. Maybe could you be cryogenically frozen?
Good answer.
I think that's what that happens a lot, I think.
Somebody told me to chill out once, and that's what I did. AMJ.
Yeah?
What do you think? How can you survive 30 days without sleep?
Well, I will have to ask 21-year-old AMJ for this, and he's far away in the past now, but he says coffee with crushed up Pro Plus in. So you have a coffee and you put 2 crushed up Pro Plus tablets, and that can keep you going for up to 12 hours. So, yeah, something around that. Coffee and Pro Plus.
AJ, I like the idea that you're trying to get our listener onto drugs, so you get 5 bonus points.
It's not a drug. It's a perfectly legal thing, is Pro Plus.
You could buy it from
I know
Poundland.
it's all paracetamol, but it's still a drug. But anyway, AMJ, I'm giving you 5 bonus points. Do you want to f*** it up?
No, I'll take those 5 points. Yay, Pro Plus. Can I also point out, by using this method, I actually ended up allergic to coffee, and they thought I had a stroke. And yeah, so don't do that, kids. Don't do it. I'm just saying how you would do it, not to do it.
I just thought of another idea of how you could do it.
Oh, God, I haven't revealed the answer yet, Pet, so give us your answer and I'll see if I can give you bonus points.
So you could just sleep during the night rather than in the day.
Ding, ding, ding! Keep that lady, Fiona, well done. 62 points.
Oh. Just say no. Just say no.
Oh, what's Noah got to do with it? Oh. In November, in November, I've given away the punchline, so I don't do jokes. But I built an ark, and it was for Noah-vember.
Yeah.
We'll edit the laughs in later, will we?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I think you'll be flooded with compliments about that one.
Hey.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I think your performance was a little wooden.
I think you're being mean. Right. That's the end of the riddles. I thought I'd try 2 riddles. This week we've never done riddles before, so that was a bit of fun. But we're going to go back to jokes, and to ask the first question about jokes, I'm going to get my friend Clayton the crocodile. Are you ready, Clayton?
Hello. I'm ready. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Here's my joke. I was doing some online dating the other day, and I joined Plenty of Fish because it reminded me of my first girlfriend. It's what she smelled like. Yeah.
How's that CBBC series going, Clayton? You on there yet? With that guy?
I changed my material for that, don't I, you dopey? Right.
Fair play.
So, I told a joke. It didn't get a laugh. Typical. But, can you please give me your best joke about internet dating? And that's going to Fiona first.
Okay, so, well, I don't know. Well, I'll say it's a joke. Maybe it's more of a short, funny story. But I always find it quite amusing on internet dating profiles when people describe themselves using really obvious terms. So people have like profiles that say like, I don't know, hi, my name's John. I like spending time with my family and friends. I like nights in, I like nights out. You think, oh, that's weird because I just like hanging around with strangers personally. It's all a bit strange. Nights in and nights out. What's just your favourite time of day? Like you can be in and out whenever, can't you? So yeah, I find it a bit funny when people put things like that. But the funniest thing on their profile is definitely the photo choices. And it links in really to, hopefully this won't remind you too much of your first girlfriend either, because the strangest photos that I think are when people put photos of themselves fishing and think that that's their most attractive photo. So
Yeah, they just look like absolute bellends.
I can say, as you know, as I'm sitting here as a female, I've never been more aroused than when looking at a man holding a dead animal. That is basically what people think with pictures of fish in their hands on dating profiles. So yeah, that's it really. Not really a joke, just some observations.
I tell you what, Fiona, I really like those observations, and I was having a good old chuckle at them. So in my eyes, they're a joke to me. So thank you, Fiona Welded. We'll move to AMJ next. AMJ, tell us a joke about internet dating.
So I used to play the part of Father Christmas at Christmas, funnily enough. And I remember one Christmas that I matched with someone on Tinder, and I was going through the photos and I was looking at it, and then I realised all of a sudden I was already in the photo dressed as Father Christmas. There's nothing quite unnerving of when you match with someone and you're already in the family photo.
I've got a question about this.
Yeah.
Why are you dressed up as Father Christmas for?
I used to, Dave. I used to dress up as Father Christmas when Father Christmas couldn't get to
Oh, thank goodness.
Places.
He was just one of his helpers keeping the spirit of Christmas alive.
Definitely. And if anyone's listening, I'm willing to be his helper again this year if there's no COVID.
Oh, thank you very much, AMJ. I'll let my friends know who do Christmas bookings.
Lovely stuff.
Bernard Matthews is very busy at Christmas. DJ Critters, tell us something funny about online dating.
It's an old joke, so I'm not even going to take credit for this one because it is a very old one that I heard many years ago. But basically, I've joined an online dating agency for arsonists. Yes, they send me new matches every week.
Hey. Saying that, Mark's so old, his profile pictures were cave paintings.
Right.
He's so old, he wants you to fight for his top 8 spaces on MySpace.
He's so old, he remembers when Stonehenge was made out of wood.
I heard that people have to move those rocks twice a year to make sure they say the right time. I don't know if that's true or not.
Of course, I've seen pictures.
Oh, that's right then. Geraldine, how are you going to give points for this one?
I tell you what, I liked all those jokes there and observations. They were smashingly great. So everyone gets 5 points, apart from Fiona. I give her 6 points. She won the round.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm going to have a miserable dating life more often just so I can get some extra points.
This is it.
Yeah, that's the only reason why comedians have really bad love lives. They sabotage it just for some stage time.
Is that why?
Yeah. Although Paul's happily married now. Right. That's why he's no longer funny. AMJ, coming to you.
Oh.
This is a food and drink question, everyone. Can you tell me which vitamin is the only one that you'll not find in an egg?
Oh, which vitamin is the only one you won't find in an egg? Wow.
Yeah.
The multivitamin, because one would be missing. Dave?
I'm just processing your answer.
Have you turned into one of those robots?
No, I was just wondering how stupid one person can be. Chris, the same question to you. What vitamin is missing from an egg?
Well, I'm going to combat AMJ's stupid answer because I know the answer to this one because I'm cleverer. I is well cleverer. Eggs don't have vitamin C in them.
Oh, I don't know. Fiona. Well, Dad. What vitamin is missing from the egg?
That's a good one. I mean, I don't really know. I'm going to say it's got to be one of the letters, isn't it? I'm going to say there's no vitamin B. There's no B's in eggs.
I'm going to take another unprecedented move, and I'm going to award a point to Fiona. This is the first time ever anyone's ever said, good question to me. So I know it's Geraldine's job to give out points, but I'm just glad that someone's finally grateful of my work. So thank you, Fiona.
Oh, thank you.
I'm afraid, though, Fiona, you did get the answer wrong. But I'm sure you smiled as I told you that, so you get 5 bonus points. DJ Critters, you were completely correct. It is vitamin C. You get 3 points.
But working on those guidelines, in theory, I was correct.
AJ, I'm just coming to you, son.
Okay.
Would you like to withdraw your previous statement?
I think I best withdraw my previous statement.
Excellent, because what I'm just about to tell you is I thought that your answer was very clever and you shouldn't be listening to Dave.
Fair play.
You were incorrect because it was just after one vitamin, not one that's got lots together, because the multivitamin does have vitamin C in it. But you get 1 point.
Oh, this is a sad day.
What was it sad for? You got a point?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's a good day. I do apologise.
Yeah, what more do you want? You ungrateful sod.
4 points?
Yeah. How many points?
4 points.
How about you get some questions right, then you get some more points. Right. Now, we're moving on to DJ Critters.
Right.
Are you ready for your question?
Go on, then.
The 6 main stars of Friends appeared in all 236 episodes. But who is the next most regular character?
This actually came up in a quiz a couple of years back. But can I remember the answer?
No, it did.
That's
when I attended.
Oh, was it? I'm gonna guess it was Monica's dad.
Mr. Geller. Because
Yes.
I forgot his name, just like you.
Ross and Monica's dad.
Fiona Realdead. Coming to you next. Which character appeared in 151 episodes?
Well, I'm going to go with, because they all like hanging out in the coffee shop, I'm going to go with Gunther. Coffee man? What are they? Oh, barista, is it?
I'll accept Coffee Man. People shouldn't just have jumped up titles for the sake of it.
They try really hard, those baristas. Don't you call them jumped up, Dave?
Barista artiste. All right, mate, I just want to drink my coffee. MJ, coming to you now. Same question. Coffee man or not?
What? That's a completely different question, coffee man or not. He's having this. I'm going to go with the character Paul Rudd played, and I can't think of his name because he was in it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Phoebe's husband, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's Gunther.
I didn't watch that often, but Paul Rudd was a silly answer again, MJ.
Not silly answer.
Dave, that's not a silly answer, but he's not even in the top 10, but we give AJ a little smile because he tried.
I just like Paul Rudd even. I think he's great.
I like him too. I wouldn't mind him being ants in my pants.
Well, there you go.
Especially when he grows the giant man, eh?
Yep.
Geraldine, eh?
If Paul Rudd held a dead fish, I'd be really impressed.
So would I.
I'm afraid the answer. One of you got it correct. Here's Fiona Well-Dead. She's doing really good this week. She was correct. It's Gunther.
Woo! Well done.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, I feel really pleased for all coffee men out there now that they, leading role in everyone's life there.
Congratulations. But we've got one more question left. And this time, I'm going to lead us in a joke. Are you ready for my joke?
Yes.
Now, I always think that my brother is the most popular brother out of the both of us. I think he's the favourite because my dad can remember his birthday but always forgets mine. And people go, oh, maybe something magical happened on his birthday that made your dad remember his birthday. But we're twins.
That's good, that.
Oh, thanks. I was proud when I wrote that. Although, my mum and dad met a tragic end through poachers. But keep it light, Dave. Keep it light. Fiona Well-Dead. Just like my parents, they're well dead. Question. Can you tell me a joke about parents or family, please?
I can, yeah. So I live in a place called Gillingham in Kent. So my parents are divorced, and my parents are very different, really. I've got my dad's family a bit like shameless, whereas my mum's family a bit more like keeping up appearances, and so they're a little bit chalk and cheese. And I suppose whenever I do behave like my dad, I'm swearing and drinking this, that and the other, my mum says to me, "Oh, Fiona, you make me sick." And I say, "Well, you did bring me up."
Hey.
Thank you very much, Fiona. I really enjoyed that. But as a Dover Athletic fan, I feel very sad that you live in Gillingham.
Well, that's okay. Do I get a point for living in Gillingham? Birmingham?
I can't give you points for that because there are arch rivals in the wonderful game of association football. But you never know. Geraldine might do. She seems to like you.
Lovely.
Bloody hell, AMJ, we come to you. No,
Hello.
we're going to Chris.
Goodbye.
What?
Goodbye.
It's me now.
Yeah, tell us a joke about parents or family.
Well, I was going to say that my family is a bit like fudge, mostly sweet, but there are quite a few nuts.
Never moan at my jokes again.
Can I just point out, listeners, that Critters isn't a comedian? And I think
exactly.
he's brilliantly in this.
Well, but in all fairness, he normally gets all the questions right, so I'm trying to even the playing fields.
Oh, right, I see.
Jay, tell us a joke.
Well, family are really important to me. So if I've got a problem, I'll always go to my mum. So a few months ago, like some weird things started happening in my house, like cups started moving around, and I realised the house was haunted. So I thought, right, I'm going to phone my mum and sort this out. So I rang her up and I said, Mum, I think my house is haunted. And she said, Adam, what you need is a Luigi board. I went, a Luigi board? What am I going to get? It's a me, Mario! Where's your pasta? That didn't work, they're still here.
Don't be racist, AMJ.
I wasn't being... That's how Mario sounds.
Yeah, but it'd be Luigi. You should have said, it's me, Luigi.
Yeah, but Mario's more of the brand leader in that.
Yeah, but you said Luigi. When you do that on stage, you do say Luigi as well.
I do say Luigi. Thank you, Dave.
Hang on. This ain't Simmons' podcast. We ain't fixing jokes.
Well, we haven't got that much time to fix AMJ's.
Jesus, I need a bit of a series. We'd have to go on it piece by piece.
Spotify don't have enough storage space to get through that.
They don't. They'd have to go over it. Like, can you imagine? Do you drink too much on stage? Yes.
Oh, I don't.
I don't. Oh, I don't anymore because.
Although I've had half a pint of lime juice so far, I'm feeling wired. Anyway, Geraldine, over to you for the scores.
Thanks very much there, Dave. That's fantastic presenting there. I don't know what you got against AMJ this week. Normally I've got the one who hits AMJ. But AMJ, I feel sorry because you're a drug addict and you're doing well to recover. It's hard to recover from a pro-post addiction. Trust me, I know. I had to make money somehow and to stay awake. Anyway, points. AMJ, you've got 62 bonus points for being cute, even though you fluffed up your punchline. Critters, you try your hardest, so you get a bonus point. However, ladies and gentlemen, Fiona gets 82 points.
Thank you. My parents will be so proud.
Yay!
Well done.
What an
just
amazing
make sure
score.
You contact them separately if they're anything like my parents who have divorced. They try and win your love a lot more when they're together. It's like, oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, but I'm even more proud of you. And then before you know it, Christmas is ruined again. Anyway, on that cheery note, we'd best say congratulations to our winner this week, Fiona Welded.
Woo! Well done.
Thank you very much.
You were a fantastic player. Congratulations.
Well done.
Well, thank you. I've very much enjoyed it, and I'll take that coin fact. I'm going to use that now. That's now borrowed for many future conversations.
No worries at all. And for that, when you're next back on, you got 10 bonus points in the bank.
Lovely. Yeah. I'll come back. Yeah, definitely.
Hold on, you can't just credit people in their accounts so they start with 10 people like it's some like clickbait on YouTube, Dave.
I think you find that Anti-Doing Battalion is owed 5 when he comes back.
God. Okay, well, it's your quiz.
If Geraldine can do it, so can I.
Well, fair play.
And AMJ, next week, I'm going to give you an advantage. You start on 100 bonus points because I've been mean to you, and that's very out of character for me because I think you're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's no
Very nice.
chance. And DJ Critters,
Yes.
you don't need the help because you're bloody awesome.
Oh, thank you very much.
And that concludes our quiz today. But before we go, and we say goodbyes, Fiona Welldead, have you got any advice for our listener?
Yes, I have. Don't take Pro Plus.
Only if you really want to stay awake.
And if you've been affected by any of the events in today's podcast, please do call the number at the end.
What number's that?
0800 00 1066. Yeah, phone them and give them all that.
Don't think they're going to help.
I used to work in a call centre. I had to take Pro Plus to stay awake in one.
And it takes longer for an elephant to get high off Pro Plus because it's got to go all the way down the trunk, hasn't it?
No, I don't snort it. I just took it through the mouth.
Yeah. Do you know what? I said that out loud and thought, yeah, elephants' mouths aren't in their trunks.
This is why you don't often win the quiz.
No, well, this is it.
I'll tell you what, AMJ, more of a fighting chance. You're on 500 points for next week.
I don't
Seriously?
Yeah.
So,
Valuable lesson there.
I have a funny feeling Geraldine might take them away quite sharpish.
Quite possibly. So it's been a lovely quiz.
Oh, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for joining us, Fiona. You've been awesome and well done for winning. A winner.
Fantastic, thank you.
Yay.
So yeah, that was brilliant. That Fiona, absolutely amazing comedian. If seen her a few times now, brilliant. If anyone gets a chance to see her live, definitely do it.
Yeah, we didn't ask her.
Catch up with her at 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday when she took part in a quiz for Radio Midway.
Yeah, you can catch that. You can catch that actually. Well, you can't because this goes out on Saturday. But if you had a time machine,
Yeah.
I think they're all coming out on Listen Again soon. So stay.
I hope so, because I want to listen to all of them because it sounds great fun.
So do I.
Nice. We'll have to do. We didn't ask her if she had any shows booked yet.
Oh, I think she's promoting something on Facebook.
No, okay. We'll have to find out. We'll have to put the link to her. Has she got a professional page on Facebook?
I don't know.
If she has, we'll stick it in the link underneath.
I love the way how AMJ gets to big up the acts after the quiz now.
Well, you can big up the apps if you want.
No, that's genuine. I'm happy because you're good at picking people up.
Thank you very much.
It makes a change in being nice to people.
Came across as aggressive.
No, Paul, we've come to that kind of thing as on stage and off stage, Adam and Paul, where you shared generally something that I was doing with a love heart on. And I was like, oh, why has he done that for? I thought, no, you generally are friends in the real world. So
it's like
it just really confused me and go like, oh, what's he playing at? Promoting something I'm doing.
It's the Kentish Dick and Dom, that's what it is.
It is the Kentish Dick and Dom, isn't it?
It sounds like Kentish, but it's not Kentish.
Do you know what will feature the Kentish Dick and Dom? Mimic Masters on the 19th of May. Are we all ready?
Looking forward to it. I haven't been given any details yet. I've been asked to be a judge, and I haven't got a clue what's going on, when it is. I know the day. That's
all
it.
you need to do. You need to take me there. You've got to award me the prize, and then we go home. And I'll buy you something from the McDonald's drive-through on the way home. There you go.
What time have we got to be in makeup?
Well,
I don't think we're allowed to enter the makeup lady anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we can really do that in a COVID-safe venue. But 7.
And is this in a indoors or in a marquee?
It will be in a marquee in the wonderful Faversham Quay. So
the marquee will be in the marquee.
The marquee will be in the marquee in the Faversham Quay. I'm going to start
with the AMG.
With AMG and Paulie T.
My name, Ian.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you realise that his surname actually rhymes with that?
Yeah, I realised that minutes into it. I'm so not with it. But
What
yeah,
was the name that I with? I
Porky.
switched off.
pardon?
I switched off.
You normally do.
So yeah, tickets and everything get announced next week. And
Ooh.
yes, and I've done a
Look,
poster. I haven't put a line up on it yet because we just got a few more.
Yeah,
Oh,
because of course next
by the
week.
way, sorry, I'm being rude and interrupting again, but I will forget about this if I don't say it now. For the Skat fan who listens, and there's at least one Skat fan who listens, don't forget we are now on Wednesdays at 7 p.m, not Tuesdays 10 p.m, but the Saturday has stayed at 5 p.m.
Is it a 1 or a 2 hour long show?
I'm hoping it's 1 hour because that's all I've recorded.
They just repeat it twice.
So on a Wednesday it's 7 till 8, and then you got a 2 hour gap before 10 o'clock on a Wednesday is the rock out on DCR.
It is. And next week, that'll be getting a shout out on the show.
Ooh. Maybe next week there'll be wasn't that good earlier, but no, I can't because it goes out on 3 different radio stations.
Get me on all 3 radio. That rock station that you go out on, they'd love my Starship Reggae and Two-Tone show.
Yeah, that's all right. There's another one that's local that we could get you onto.
Will they pay me a fortune?
Yeah, they pay you as much as they pay me.
Yeah, but do they promise you a fortune?
No, they don't even do that.
Oh, I'd rather that.
They pay me sweet football. Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing worse than being promised a fortune and getting a pocket full of mud.
Anyway, next week, pubs, outdoor parts, and non-essential shops.
Parts? You can't get your parts out outdoors.
I know, it's the best place to do it.
You've been hanging out in all those indoor pubs, not pugs. Why even be hanging out for pugs?
Parts? I thought you said parts. I thought you said get your parts out outdoors.
Oh.
Everything outdoors we can now do from Monday the 12th. So including having a beer in a pub garden. But you can have a beer inside a marquee as long as that marquee is outside.
And as long as 50% of the walls are not there. Did you see that guy who built a chalet on the back of his pub, spent 50 grand on it? I went, oh, no one told me I couldn't do this. But if I read the COVID guidelines and it says to make it to do with the smoking regulations for outdoors, it told me I needed 50% of my walls away. But no one told me. I didn't read the instructions properly. But I'm going to moan.
Trevor Feelgood opening a pub, eh? Oh.
Or a chalet. I just find it weird, though. Like,
surely, man in Kent.
Well, he sure. But the other thing as well, if you're building a chalet in the pub garden, then it's covering up. So therefore, it's a building, so you won't be in the smoking regulation area anyway.
Yeah.
AMJ, but no one told him.
But no, but that regulation has been there since 2005.
Yeah, but AMJ, nobody told him. That's
no
what
one's mentioned that in 16 years of not being able to smoke in this country. You can't smoke indoors. Therefore, if you can't smoke, it's out. If you can smoke, it's outdoors. Them's the rules. Oh, people get on my tits. They really do.
Even though it's clearly stated in the building regulations for COVID outdoors guidelines, nobody told him.
It's not even a COVID. That's just a guideline. That's just a guideline.
And the best thing, of course, is just to not smoke at all.
Well, exactly. But it is cool.
It's not.
No.
It is really cool. You get more friends if you smoke.
No, not anymore. You don't. That might have been when you was a kid. Nowadays, smokers are treated like pariahs.
Are they?
Smokers, or as somebody said the other day, smokers are treated like piranhas.
Yeah, I saw that. Yes.
And they were told it's a typo. They said, no, it's not a typo.
Piranhas, eh?
It'd be hard for a smoker to be a piranha anyway, because every time you lit your cigarette, like, it go out because you're underwater.
There's that.
Am I the only one on this podcast that's never smoked a cigarette?
Probably.
Yeah.
Mark's having one now.
No. I used to
Huh?
smoke a lot, and then I gave up, and I did the vaping for a couple of years, and then I gave that up as well.
You did used
Yeah,
to vape
because
all the time. It was like
Yeah,
sitting next to
yeah.
Thomas
Do
the
you know
Tank.
what? Do you know what gave?
I couldn't see the studio half the time.
Do you know what made me give up vaping?
What?
Wasn't it being in hospital for 2 weeks?
It was appendicitis. Yeah,
That do it.
not being able to get out of the bed for like nearly a week in hospital after having surgery because they didn't know if it was appendicitis or not. So they had to do investigatory surgery and cut me open to have a look. See, and then laying in bed for almost a week. By the time I come home, I was like, don't really fancy it now. I
Because you
needed
used
it then.
your own liquids and stuff, didn't you? You used to
Yeah,
make this.
make it all myself, and so I ended up getting rid of all that.
Especially in that small like DCR studio. You used to look round and it was literally every break, and then you turn around and you just smell like it used to smell like lilt. Like
Or the candy floss.
the candy floss. It was like being at the fair doing a show with Mark. It was great.
And
Like,
sometimes he used to do it when I was talking, and just over his microphone, you
just
could
blow it in
hear.
your face.
No, he never blew it in my face. It was never that erotic. But one time, as he was inhaling, it's happened 2 or 3 times. Normally, he's really good at turning his microphone off. But once he must have gone the other way because all I heard in my ear was this really, really loud. And it made me forget what I was doing. And I just ended up going, and that's the end of that part. Let's go on to some music because this is going to Dave and Deal.
Before Dave became part of the show, I remember looking over you one point, Paul, and thinking you were on an episode of Stars in Their Eyes.
That reminds me of my favourite Vic and Bob moments ever. Was they was doing Stars in Their Eyes, and one of them came on, and he went, "And what do you do?" He went, "I'm a murderer." Oh, lovely. And what are you going to do? He went, "I'm going to do George Michael." And he went, "Oh, I hope you don't murder the song."
That's it. All this.
Comedy gold.
Yeah, we miss doing these live shows. We're gonna have to do this podcast live at the Faversham Keys.
We will.
We'll try it as a one-off and just see how it goes, and get people in the audience to shout out things we should talk about.
Yeah.
And bring Dave and Geraldine.
Like they normally do.
That's just at your shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was weird because you were only shopping in Tesco's.
Actually, that reminds me. Just before lockdown, I went to a fancy dress party, and I went as Dracula, and it must have been really good because people were shouting out your account.
Hey.
Yes, they knew who you were. Right, I've got one more news story that we can chat about this week because the quiz went on for quite a long time again, which was it's good. The quiz is good.
Now, whose fault was it this time? Was it Dave's or Geraldine's?
I don't know.
I don't think it was anyone's. I think it was just the fault of the quality of the entertainment.
Yes.
Well, it's a shame you didn't laugh at my entertainment.
Well,
mine.
Tonight. No laughs.
No.
No love.
Oh.
baby, don't hurt me no more.
Talking of hurting, if you had really, really long fingernails, they would probably hurt. I do try to put this all together, but
Oh, that was gold.
yeah,
Sorry.
yes, really long fingernails.
Geraldine whispered something into my ear when you said when you're hurting. Would
What
you
was
like her
that?
to say? Do you want her to say it out loud?
Oh, yes,
Go
please.
Geraldine, can you say it out loud? All I said was I was hurting for squirting. I don't even know what that means, Geraldine. Well, now that Benefit Bear is almost broken out of prison, don't tell the authorities. But now he's almost out. I can't wait to just him.
You know, when I put this show onto YouTube, I have to tick the button that says this is not for kids. There's no
Yeah.
swearing. The swearing gets bleeped, but it's still not for kids. Definitely.
Definitely
I
not.
can't see why.
It was fine before Geraldine joined.
Oh, would you like me to make her move out?
No,
Okay.
she's an integral part of the show now.
She sure is.
And just think, I was around before Dave the Elephant,
You were.
because I was on DCR.
Yeah, back in the day.
Geraldine the Enforcer. A break your
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah, Geraldine, how long are your fingernails?
Very short. I don't have oofs.
Oops. Paul, how long are your fingernails?
Not very long, because I work in food manufacturing, and to reduce the risk of contamination, I keep mine short.
Yeah. Well, I work in stress, so my fingernails are really short. How about
You
you,
work in
MJ?
stress. I would say they're moderately clipped.
Okay.
Clipped. What a Herne Bay answer.
Yeah,
They're clipped.
manicured.
Once a week, have a clip. Clip.
Clip, clip.
So no one's fingernails here are as long as this lady's, or they were as long as this lady's before she got them clipped this week.
Oh no.
Yes, this lady originally, back in 2017, claims the Guinness World Record for the longest fingernails ever, which were measured at 226.9 inches long at their longest point.
Goodness me.
However,
that's almost as big as my waist size.
exactly. But this week, she had those fingernails cut off.
Oh.
She had her nails cut for the first time in almost 30 years.
And
So
that's what happens when you don't pay your fucking debts.
30 years she's been growing these fingernails. Because they had to be officially measured again before they were cut off. And the brand new world record for the world's longest fingernails now stands at 288.8 inches.
Oh.
And that's crazy. I mean, and now these nails, she's had them cut off this week, and they're now actually going on display at the Ripley's Believe It or Not Orlando Auditorium in Florida.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just disgusting, really.
Well, her statement was Guinness World Records and Ripley's Believe It or Not are really on to something. I'd rather have them, the nail she's on about, than anyone else. And one thing, it's history for my kids and grandkids. Yes. So that
How
in
did she
future
wipe her
generations,
ass?
she also had someone to do it for her. So, or she had some like decent B-day or something. I don't know.
Or a toilet duck. Hey.
That'll
That's
make her
quackers.
quackers.
Hey.
There's a video of her getting them cut off.
Yes, there is a video. You can
They
use
use the
Dremel
saw.
to do it. Yeah. It's a Dremel style saw. It might not be a Dremel, but other handheld electric saw thingy bobs are available.
Did you ever see the bloke before her who had like the longest fingernails and just the state of them
Yeah.
as well? They look disgusting. Like
And it's
honestly.
66 years, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hers are all
they're on
painted.
display in New York. But no, hers were lovely and manicured, the ladies.
Yeah. Hers are all painted, and there's gold and all sorts. It's all lovely decorated. But
how's this one? I get upset when my toenails get long. But do you know what the longest toenails are?
No.
Go on.
87 inches.
What?
Blimey.
How do you
That's
even
cool.
walk?
That's taller than me.
How? Imagine the socks.
You'd have to have them just holes in the end.
Oh, man alive.
That is crazy.
By the way, everybody, I've been looking at shoes.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. We better have a shoe update at the end of it because, of course, next week you will be able to go and buy some shoes, or if you've got the money.
Well, let's wait until the end of April for that to happen.
Here he is. Here's his sob story.
We've been waiting this long. We can't wait any longer.
All right, then. I'll get myself into debt and get them before the end of April.
Get a credit card.
Yeah. Figure the viewers, the listeners, Paul.
The listener.
The listener.
It's only listeners because we count it as Chris Barnes, Trevor Feelgood, and Amanda Bass.
And everyone else out there.
Yes, hello out there, everybody else.
Paul wrong. Prove Paul wrong by donating on the
Yeah,
supporter
prove
platform.
me wrong and donate as much money as possible. Let's donate. Let's get Paul some new shoes.
I'm happy to donate half of my fee towards your shoe collection.
Excellent. With the £3 that we've got at the moment, so it's £1 each. That's £1.50. I reckon I'll get a pair of shoes for £1.50.
It's not 88p like after tax.
They're going to Bernardo's, where everything's a pound.
AMJ, we don't need to worry about the tax. You know that more than anyone.
I do know that more than anyone.
We got him.
I wish that was the case.
And on that note,
good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Pay your taxes, unlike AMJ.
I pay much. Stop it.
Musical Insights.